because bringing you some Pro Evolution Soccer Master League online gameplay on a Thursday. Yes, a Thursday. I don't normally upload sports gameplays on a Thursday, but this is a one-off just because I had a few gameplays which were stored on my laptop which were getting slightly old, and you know me, I don't like uploading old gameplays, so I thought I'd just get rid of this and also at the same time fulfill a request from one of my subscribers. And check that goal out. That was a goal mouth scramble at its finest. You could call that rubbish football, you could call that anything you want, but that was entertaining and I was just glad to get that goal. But enjoy the gameplay and enjoy the commentary hopefully. But yeah, a subscriber asked for me to just do a commentary over the recent transfers and maybe even the transfer gossip. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with Manchester United. They have spent big in the summer. They have bought Phil Jones, I think, or is Bradley Jones? Or I'm sure it's Phil Jones. I'm just going to call him Jones. He's a defender. He used to play for Blackburn. They paid big money for him, mainly because he's English. If you're English, your value could just go super high. I think they paid something like 17 million or something in that region. Honestly, I'm not seeing him play much. I watch a lot of football. I watch a lot of live football. I watch the highlights, match of the day every week. I watch nearly every football that is televised. So, and I play a lot of football games. So, I would say I know quite a bit about football. But Jones, I haven't got much information about him. So, we're just going to have to see how that turns out. I'm sure we can trust Alex Ferguson to pick out some good English talent. Now, the next purchase was Ashley Young. Now, we all should know who Ashley Young is. I think it was only just a matter of time before he moved to a big club, because at Aston Villa he was kind of overachieving. Well, he was one of the best players and I knew he'd move in the summer. He wasn't going to stay at Aston Villa just because he wants to improve just his international prospects. He wants to win trophies, he wants to compete in Champions League, and he's not going to be able to achieve that playing by a club of Aston Villa's nature. No offense to any Aston Villa fans, but it's just the facts. So he's moved to the Premiership champions. I think he's going to be a great addition to Manchester United. I'm not sure where the purchase of Ashley Young puts Nani, because recently Nani had been dropped for the Champions League final and there's rumours he had an argument, a fallout with the manager. So maybe they're going to sell Nani, I'm not sure. But they've got some very strong wingers now. They've got Ashley Young. He can also play in the middle, which is a great asset. And his delivery from set pieces is perfect. The amount of assists he's going to get this season is going to be crazy high. I'm sure everyone is going to put him in their fantasy league team. Just hope his price is low though. But the amount of assists he's going to give Hernandez, Rooney, it's just going to be brilliant for Manchester United. So they've got Ashley Young, they got Park Ji-sung, but he mostly plays down the middle now. They got Ryan Giggs, who also plays down the middle. They got Valencia, they got Nani, so they got a lot of options. Who else? I think that's all they purchased so far. And they're linked with Wesley Sneijder. Now if they get him, that's going to be brilliant. He's one of my most favourite players. He's an incredible footballer, but last season he was injured for large periods of the season. So they may be taking a risk. We don't want another Owen Hargreaves situation here. But 35 million is pretty steep, and also his wage demands are super high. His wage demands are higher than Wayne Rooney, so that might be a stumbling block, who knows. But I think that'd be a great purchase if they do. And a few players they've released or sold. John O'Shea, he's been at Manchester United for 10 years. He has now moved on to Sunderland. So has Wes Brown, he's moved on to Sunderland. Sunderland are basically Manchester United's reserve team. A lot of Manchester United players do move to Sunderland. It's pretty funny, to be honest. Owen Hargreaves has been released. You might have seen a few YouTube videos where he's just trying to prove his fitness, trying to put him on the shop window. Maybe another club will purchase him. I hoped he stayed at Manchester United because he's a great player, but he has just been injured and he had a high wage demand, I think. But I really like him and I hope he does well at another club. Also, Paul Scholes has retired, so they're going to have to replace him one day. Now let's move on to Chelsea. they've obviously had a change of manager. Ancelotti had been fired, or I think he resigned, I'm not too sure. Same thing, he's out of Chelsea. And they bought in, I forgot his name, but they bought in that dude from Porto. Everyone's saying he's like a new Jose Mourinho because he was like the assistant or something to Jose Mourinho. Don't quote me word on word for what I'm saying, but generally it's kind of correct. So he's like a new Jose Mourinho. He won a lot of trophies with Porto last season. He's very young. He's like 33 or something, I believe. So it's kind of a gamble. I'm not sure how that's going to plan out. Obviously, I've not seen him in action as a manager. You can't really see him in action, but you know what I'm trying to say. He's got a new manager. He's promising attacking football, so hopefully Torres can now shine. And they're linked with Modric. Luka Modric from Tottenham. He's a brilliant player. He's a fantastic player. He's gonna cost a lot of money, and he wants to move to Chelsea, which is a crucial point. So whether that happens, we're just gonna have to wait and see. I think it will happen. Chelsea are in really dire need of a player of Modric, someone who can split the defense, some trickery, some dribbling ability. Lampard's coming towards the end of his career, I believe. He doesn't offer Chelsea much anymore. Yes, he's got good long shots, but they just need someone of Modric's stature. So they've not purchased anyone else. They haven't released anyone else, I don't believe. So let's move on to Arsenal. Now they've sold Gael Clichy, their left back, the #1 left back, to Man City. So I think they got Kieran Gibbs. I'm not sure he's ready to move into the first team yet, so maybe they'll buy another defender. And Cesc and Fabregas, who's been linked with Barcelona for like 10 years. His home club. He was born there. All his friends play for Barcelona. I think they really should just release Fabregas, sell him to Barcelona. You know he wants to go. His heart lies there. And it'll be good for Arsenal as well. Everyone thought when Henry left Arsenal that they're just gonna go crashing down. It actually helped them. And I think when you get rid of a big star name player, it actually brings the rest of the team together. So I think they should sell Fabregas. I think it will happen this season, in this summer. And they really need to buy probably a new striker. Oh yeah, they bought the new striker Gervinho. He's basically like another Didier Drogba by the looks of it. I've not seen him play much, seen a few YouTube video clips, but he looks good. So they bought him. I don't think they bought anyone else. Let's move on to Liverpool. Liverpool have bought a lot of English talent recently. They bought Jordan Henderson from Sunderland. A lot of money. They paid a lot of money for these English players. He's one for the future, probably to replace Steven Gerrard. They bought Charlie Adam, who had a brilliant season for Blackpool last season. He was just on fire. I'm interested to where he's going to fit in, because Liverpool have like 9 or 10 midfielders. Let me just list a few. Steven Gerrard, that Poulsen dude, Poulsen, Lucas Leiva, Steven Gerrard, Raul Morales, Maxi Rodriguez, Joe Cole's still there, I believe. Jay Spearing. They got Aquilani back, who was on loan at Juventus. Man, that's already 9 players, and I probably missed 1 or 2. So that's crazy. They also linked for Stuart Downing, so another English talent. So it looks like they're going for English core of the team. Let's move on to Man City. Tevez he's spoken out that he wants to move. He doesn't want to stay in Man City anymore. He doesn't like the city. So he's probably going to head back to Brazil or Argentina. So he was their best player. They're going to need to replace him. And also Adebayo's been they've set him to the reserve team, so they probably want to get rid of him. Craig Bellamy, they want to get rid of him. They've only bought in Clichy so far, but I think if they sell Tevez, there's talks that they want to get Sergio Aguero, who I want to see in the Premiership, because they're saying he's a great talent. They're always comparing him to Maradona, Tevez, Messi, so I want to see how good he is. And yeah, that's basically the transfer gossip roundup that I'm aware of. If I've missed anyone, I'm sorry. And yeah, I just shared my thoughts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you next time. Latest.